Hi and welcome back. My name is Deneen. You can call me D. I'm an astrologer and I teach people the psychology behind marketing. And today we're going to be diving into your moon sign and what it means about your mom, okay? And of course we're going to be going through the moon through all of the water signs. So let's go. Alright. Now, the first sign that we have up is the moon in the sign of Cancer. Now, if you have your moon in the sign of Cancer, you could have had a mom that was protective, a mom that was sheltering, a mom that was very good at cooking, or just very good at showing you how to organize and run the home, okay? And any errands or anything pertaining to what gets done inside the home, even if you have to go outside to get it done, oh yeah, she's going to show you how to do it, okay? Now, with the moon in the sign of Cancer, you could have had a mom that was a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more moody. Her intuition could have been very on point, very much going around telling you who is and who isn't for you, okay? Who your real friends are versus the people who are not your friends, okay? And what that looks like, all right? Because she is intuitively feeling into her child, okay? Now, the moon in the sign of Cancer can also speak of accumulation. So she can have a lot of things that she does for the home, as I said, but also too, she can have also a lot of emotions that she has that accumulates in her over time, all right, that she lets go and just, you know, sits there, tells you about, all right? But also too, with the moon in the sign of Cancer, it can speak about a mom that is very much to herself, or very much, yeah, to herself, I would say, because, and not necessarily when I say to herself, I mean like she'll sit down, like after she's done all the stuff that she's done, and she'll be chilling, okay? She'll be chilling, all right? And like usually chilling like in her space of comfort, or creating a space of comfort in her home, this little space of comfort that she chills in, all right? So that's the moon in the sign of Cancer. If you have the moon in the sign of Cancer and what I'm speaking about, or the things that I've said, are not too particular to you, and there's some other things that are going on outside of what I just said, right? You must look into the triplicity, all right? That's one. Two, you must look into what aspects are being made to the moon, okay? And whatever sign that aspect, whatever sign that planet is in, you have to look at the aspects, okay, to that ruler. Now, that being said, all right, because having the moon all of a sudden in the sign of Cancer doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have all of what it talks about in these books, right? Just be the basis of what is seen, okay? Because this person, if you have your moon in the sign of Cancer, right, and the experience hasn't been the ultimate greatest ever, okay, that is because there's other things that are going on, so that changes up the interpretation of it, okay? Because a person can be protective and sheltered by their mother, right? But also too, that can have an adverse effect on them, or adverse effect somewhere else in their life, all right? Right? If you have this same moon and it's sitting in your 4th house, that can have had an adverse effect on something else outside with your reputation or how you're known, okay? Things like that, all right? So that's what I just wanted to clear up really quickly before we move over to the moon in the sign of Scorpio. All right, so the moon in the sign of Scorpio, this can most definitely speak of, all right, in some way, shape, or form, you felt that there was a lack. All right, now this can be a lack when it pertains to the home or when it pertains to the mother, okay? It doesn't always mean your mom, all right? But today we're talking about the mom. Now, the moon in the sign of Scorpio, there's a couple things that can go on here, right? There can be a sharing of resources that happens, okay? And the sharing of resources that happens can be outside of the home or outside of that person's mom, okay? So this person can go to a foster home. This person can be orphaned. This person could have time away from their mother in general, okay? Where they're sharing resources with another person. Also, with the moon in the sign of Scorpio, you could have felt like what it is emotionally that you wanted from your mother you could have felt like was lacking, or she might not have been able to give it to you at that time, okay? Also with the moon in the sign of Scorpio, you can have a mother that deals with drugs or deals with addictions. But also with the moon in the sign of Scorpio, you can have a mother that's very intense and very fixed on how it is that she operates or what it is that she does, okay? Now, moving on to the moon in the sign of Pisces. If you have your moon in the sign of Pisces, you could have most definitely had a mom who she's staring off into the distance. Like, I'm sorry, I just want to say that. Like, she's staring off into the distance, okay? I just want to say that. But a mom with the moon in Pisces who she has a lot of love to give, but also with the moon in Pisces, there can be a lot of faith that your mother has in something higher than herself. This doesn't necessarily have to be anything religious. This can be God in general. This can be life in general, having faith in the beauty of life, okay? Because Pisces, when the moon is there, is really great at imagery. I'm not gonna lie, okay? Very great at imagery. Not all the time these people will be intuitive or have intuition and psychic things happening with them. This can very much be about a person who has a spectacular imagination, and also when it pertains to them, the way that they give love is really something to experience. And your mom is one of those people with your moon in the sign of Pisces, okay? You could have very much felt like growing up people could have felt like, all right, around her, growing up, that she had just all these resources, all these amazing things inside of your home, okay? Also, when it comes to the moon being in the sign of Pisces, there can be things that change around the home, okay? That are changeable around the home, that she likes to change up quite often, all right? Now, with the moon also in the sign of Pisces, this can talk about a mother who is intuitive, a mother who is very much one of those people who she could sit there and say, you know what, when I had this dream, when I went to sleep last night, this is what I saw, and intuitively tell you this might be happening for you, okay? So the moon in Pisces, this is like when people meet your mom, they feel like there's so much love she has to give. Like she's awesome. Okay? She's awesome. And a lot of the times too, with the moon in Pisces, you can have a mom, she daydreams. All right? That's what I mean by she's just staring off into the distance sometimes, you know? But the moon in the sign of Pisces, a lot of the times too, as I said, with imagery and the imagination, you growing up as a child, all right, she could have had you, whether this is you imagining or you watching something on TV, but there could have definitely been a lot of emphasis on imagery. And when I say imagery, I mean how your imagination runs wild. Okay? How your imagination runs wild. Because if you have your moon in Pisces and you're not the intuitive psychic person, okay, because that's not always the manifestation here, all right, this can talk about you being able to take something that's in your imagination, okay, and very much bring it into reality. And your mom, with the moon being in the sign of Pisces, she could have taught you a lot about how it is to imagine, especially when it pertains to how she cultivated the environment in the home, okay? That's what I want to say about that placement, all right? Now, if you have your moon in any of the water signs and this rung true to you, you can, of course, hit that like button down below. And if you don't ever want to miss out on any of our astrology videos or anything that we do here, make sure you hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit the bell so you're always notified. And I will be seeing you guys next time. I love and appreciate you guys so much. And until I see you again, bye!